and welcome back to our fourth installment of The Diamond of Life. We're talking to Robert F. Newkirk, Jr. And it's been a very interesting conversation so far. I want to talk a little bit more about, it sounds like what you're talking about to me is creating a more holistic life. You're talking about two kinds of selves: the self that just operates in the physical world, and the self that incorporates all the things you're talking about, the emotional, the physical, the intellectual, all that. Can you talk to me about this holistic sort of way of thinking that you're proposing?
Well, through our research that we were able to do, we think we've really got a good solution, a solid solution that provides an end game to help people transfer from just making a living to living life. In the book, it talks about the tree of life. And you can correlate it to several different types of things. But the tree of life is basically a step-by-step entrance of as how the physical being goes from the physical man to the fully evolved man, which we go from the physical self that we talked about earlier to the complete self, the fully evolved self that includes your mental, spiritual, emotional, and social beings, as well as the physical. So we're looking at that. One of the key points that we give out, and I will give this to you right now. You can also get more details on www.robertfnewkirk.com. But the key element is, if you feel like your life is not leading in the direction that you want it to go, and that you're not being fulfilled, and that happiness is not quite coming your way, you need to sit down in a chair and think. A lot of people don't want to think these days, and society doesn't actually dictate that you should think because they want to do the thinking for you. Well, enough of that. You need to think for yourself because only you know what you need. So the thinking is, what is it that I would do for free and just by chance get paid for it? This is something that my mentor, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, when he wrote his books, he points this out prominently, and I'm re-emphasizing it right now. What is it that you would do for free and by chance get compensated for it? When you figure that out, that's where your passion lies. That's where your vision is. That's where your whole package, that's where your purpose is on this earth. Because it's been given to you. It's a gift that you have. You've kept the gift dormant all this time. It hasn't been able to get out, and that's why you're not happy, because your being is not being able to express in its fullest form. So now once we find that purpose, we found that end game, now we can back up and find the means to get there. And that's what our program helps you do, is to help you no matter what financial level that you're located in, the situation you are right now. We have a program that will help you get along to where you need to go. We've got workbooks that supplement the book itself. The book by itself will take care of a lot of that. Then we have additional programs, whether you want to do webinars, seminars. Then there are actually one-on-one seminars where we actually come to you and we do interactive, where you can get it really quick. So it just depends on what pace you need to go and how much of an urgency it is for you. So you can come to www.robertfnewkirk.com and find out which program best fits you. But we will get you there, because I want you there. We said we're all geniuses. Well, first we got to get you to believe that you're a genius. And you are a genius. And you need to tell yourself that you're a genius. And say it till you're blue in the face, because you have to believe that you're going to be a genius before the genius can actually come out. And we're going to draw that out. That's what education is. That's what we have the passion for. And it doesn't matter what age group, what your demographic is, whether you're male or female, everybody has a genius in their own right, and we need to cater to your specific needs to bring that genius out. And that's what our program does.
That's what I like about the way you were talking about genius, because the way we think of it is sort of this big generic thing, and it's really hard to, it's like, oh yeah, right, I'm a genius. But if you're like, I'm a genius at talking, or I'm a genius at, then you've got something to work with, and then it's like I said before, sort of eating an elephant one bite at a time. So your book and these other supplemental things, it's a program of sorts. You said it's for all different kinds of groups. Is it affordable? I mean, how do you judge what you need if money's an issue for you?
Well, affordability, I believe, comes based on how much you value yourself. Because money's money. Money's going to be out there. It's going to stay out there. The issue is that you don't have any money. It's probably a direct reflection of how much you value yourself. So if you come and take a look at it from the perspective that I am of high value, including my education, then it becomes an investment in you. And that's invaluable. And that's always affordable. Never look at the fact that your capabilities and what you can do is not affordable. And it gets back to the can't thing. It's not a matter of I can't pay for it. You need to ask yourself the question, how will I pay for it? Because the mind is going to answer whatever question you present it. So if I'm up here saying, oh, well, I can't pay for it, well, guess what? You can. Because you just told yourself you can't do it, and your mind's going to process it as you can't do it, and it's going to make sure that every possible angle that's out there ensures you can't do it. But if you ask yourself, how will I pay for it? The mind's going to go out and it's going to start planning. It may be a month from now. It may be 3 months from now. It may be a year from now. But if you start planning for it now, when that year comes, you'll be ready. And it won't matter what the cost is. And I'm not saying that we're going to charge an infinite amount for your education. We have segmented it such that it's affordable for all different types of people. Because the issue is to get the information out. We want that information out so that we can change people's lives for the better, so that people can realize their vision and that they can bring it to reality. And that's what we're looking for.
Because this great reprogramming, you get a bunch more people that are happy and fulfilled, and they're much more fun to hang out with, right?
Whenever you're living life, you're happy. There's a clause. I'll share this clause. This is another tip for you. That happiness is when you have no expectations of anybody, anytime. Oh, Newkirk, that sounds really, really harsh. No, it's not harsh if you think about it. If you think about it, a lot of people come into relationships with other people with high expectations. And that means whether it's coming for the wedding has to be playing like this and this, or I expect you to do these things for me. Well, if you have all these expectations for that person, how is any person going to fulfill every expectation that you have? Number one, you probably haven't even told them what your expectations are. And then number two, nobody can fulfill everybody's expectation and still be within their own identity. It just can't happen. So the issue is get rid of the expectations so that whatever gift they give to you, you can be happy about it. Matter of fact, you would be just overjoyed because they gave you a gift and you weren't expecting it.
Well, that sounds so freeing, actually, when you describe it that way. Well, there's so many more things to talk about. There's so much more information to be had, and you can get it in his book, The Diamond of Life. And you can also check out more about Robert and his book and all these wonderful principles of reprogramming your mind for success and happiness on his website, robertfnewkirk.com. I want to thank you so much, Robert. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And please, everybody, I invite you to go check out the website and get the book and change your life.